CapeCast.
Hi, I'm Gwen Friss, food editor at the Cape Cod Times, and we have something brand new for you. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and thought to yourself, boy, I wish I could make that at home? I know I have. And now you can, because I have been, along with videographer Mary Jo Wheatley, sneaking into the Cape's kitchens and asking chefs to share with us some of their best recipes. So in this occasional series, in the Cape's kitchens, you'll be able to watch on video to see how the recipe is made, and then to see the recipe itself in the Cape Cod Times food section. So all you have to do is tell your friends, oh yes, I took cooking classes in Paris. See if they buy that.
Good afternoon, Johnny Quahog from the Quahog Republic here. I'm going to show you how we make our fantastic Quahog chowder. We have all our ingredients ready to go here. We always like to start off with, like everything here at the Quahog Republic, a little bacon. So we mince up a little applewood smoked bacon. Got some chopped white onion, chopped celery, little minced garlic, some secret herbs and spices, with the base being black pepper. Chopped quahogs with the quahog juice, the most important part of the whole dish. Chopped red potatoes. And of course, a simple roux to thicken to your liking. So come on, let's get this thing started. Here we have our applewood smoked bacon. You want to cook that up so it sweats, get all that nice grease coming off the bacon. Remember, bacon makes everything taste better. Next, we're going to add some white onion, celery. Mix those in with your delicious bacon and sweat them out. As you look at your pan, you can notice when the onions start to get a bit translucent is when they're starting to be ready for that chowder base that we're making. I also like to add a little minced garlic as we get going. As our friend Emerald says, everything with garlic is better. Sweat that out a little bit. No need to rush, and please make sure that the heat isn't up too high. If it is, you'll burn the base and it will ruin the chowder. The next ingredient will be our delicious chopped quahogs, and the key, the quahog juice. You're going to let that cook off just a bit. Clams are very, very tender, so you need to make sure you don't overcook them. And as they're soaking up all the bacon grease and the juices from the sweated onions, garlic, and celery, you want to add your seasoning. Secret Quahog Republic seasoning, the base of which is black pepper, and that's all we're telling you. You'll have to come on in to try some and see if you can guess it. You're going to keep stirring that till you feel comfortable that everything's been worked together, meaning all the flavors have meshed well together. Next up, add your roux. A roux is a mixture of flour and butter. It's very good for you. Well, it's really not, but in the chowder, it helps thicken it, and it gives it some flavor. Rather than some cornstarch like other people use, this does give it some nice, rich flavor. So we're going to add this accordingly. Again, we're making a base. So making a base, it is going to be thicker than what you would receive when you're at the dinner table. So make that base as thick as you'd like, and after we complete that, we'll add cream so you can create the thickness that you care for. I like to use a whisk. We can ladle in with the spoon and then whisk it in so you make sure no chunks happen. Nothing worse than getting a chunk of flour and butter that hasn't been whisked in with all your other great flavors that you've put together. Again, this is to your liking. We like to make a real thick base so that when we thin it out later on, we can control the consistency with the cream. Add a little at a time. It may not seem thick at first, but as you get going, it thickens up rather quickly. And if you're nearby when I'm whisking, make sure to have a raincoat and glasses on because I tend to spray it everywhere. Oh yeah, that's looking good. This is the consistency that you're looking to get. It may seem still a little bit loose, but as it cools, it will thicken up even further. Make sure to take it off the heat so that the bottom doesn't burn. Again, that would ruin the entire batch. Great, our base is looking fantastic. Now it's time to mix up some chowder. Like I said earlier, this base can be used for a small group of people, for a large group of people, whatever it may be. So don't feel bad about refrigerating it. Today we have a small group of people, so we're going to make a small batch of chowder. I'm going to scoop your base into your pot. Typically, I'd say about a half a cup of base per 2 people. Get that on some low heat. Again, just like the base, you want to make sure that you do not burn the base. If you do, that smoky, burnt flavor is going to permeate through the entire batch, and it's just going to make it taste awful. Going to add some heavy cream. Again, this is where some people like thick chowder, some people like thin chowder. You can do as you like. I'm kind of a medium guy. Again, as the heat hits it, the consistency will change, so constantly watch that. This, to me, is the perfect consistency. Well, we almost forgot our potatoes, so we always like to cook those separately. The reason we do that, after cubing them and cooking them off in a little bit of water, cook them to a relatively medium tenderness. They do continue to cook in the chowder as it sits, so you don't want them to be mushy, you don't want them to be too hard, you want them to be just right. So you could add these potatoes to either to your base, so when it sits in the refrigerator it's already mixed in, or you can add it to the chowder as you mix it up daily. Today we're going to add it to the chowder. I think we're ready to serve. This may be wrong, maybe I'm just a Cape Codder, but I would literally have this for breakfast if I could every single day of the week.
Well, I hope you enjoyed watching Eric Bevins make Quahog chowder the way they do at the Quahog Republic and Dive Bar. And see us tomorrow, Wednesday, in the Cape Cod Times so you can get the recipe.
CapeCast.